What is happening, everybody? I hope you've had a good,
back in like 2005, something like that.
I think my first con was so good. It's Friday Junior.
It's Friday Junior, it's podcast day, it's payday.
And when you come out, do it electrically. Doesn't matter how you feel about the situation.
My name is Raph. We're always start the podcast because we just want to talk about it. We want to talk about music and just share those stories and experience. This is my co-host Carl, aka the Beer Buddy. He is hailing you.
This sort of weird era where they're sort of right in that post-grunge.
Look, you're fighting the good fight in today's world. My war was fought 40 years ago, really.
We are the two dudes who talk music, and we are here. Hey, I'm too quick on that air horn button, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, that is amazing. I love every second of it, dude. Fantastic.
What is happening, everybody? It is me, your friend, the Reverend Raph, here with Carl, aka the Beer Buddy. And Carl, if you would do the honors. Yeah. And we are here for another week, another podcast. My friend, how are you?
Cheers. Happy Friday, Junior. Man, I'm so good. I'm so worried about this interview. Not worried, excited.
Excited. It's going to be an interesting one.
It is. It's got to be cool.
An interesting one.
How have you been?
I've been good. I've been good, man. Went to Nowhere Festival last night at Mansfield. That was quite fun. Lots of cool bands. Got to catch up with some people I hadn't chatted to for a while, which was good. Got to see our mates Engraved, who we interviewed a little while ago. Got to see them live, which was very fun.
I'm looking forward to seeing them at Ram It Down very soon.
Yeah, they got a good thing. They got a good vibe about them. So, yeah, that was good. But yeah, mate, I'm doing okay. You know, what have you been up to?
Man, I've just been trying to digest a lot of music. I've taken 2 weeks just because I've got 2 shows coming up next week. One in Goulburn at the Flamingo Club, and then one in Canberra at Potbelly. So Ram It Down is taking their chops to the Flamingo Bar on the 10th on Friday. So I'm heading out to Goulburn, and then I've got Canberra. So I've just been taking 2 weeks just to sit around with the family and spend a bit of time with them before I go muck it around all weekend. So
good.
It's been good. It's been real good.
Awesome. Well, look, let's dive into it. I don't really know how we can fully do this one. I'll let you do the introduction for these this particular gang of individuals.
Yeah, well, like we were sort of saying before, I got to see these absolute weird bunch of cats at Ram It Down. I don't know how else to describe it. You should have, I did the vlog on it and you saw a bit of them in the video. They are scary.
Bizarre.
They are bizarre. They are heavy AF.
But yeah, we actually did a reaction to their.
Yeah, we did. We did
so.
as well. We did a reaction to this to one of their tracks on the Metal Ruse as well. But I guess
go and check that out.
Yeah, it's like from the apocalyptic gates of hell, 8 people made it out. And we now have this absolute powerhouse that is absolutely massacring Australia with their music. MIRUTHAN, how are yous?
We are good.
Like,
give them a hello, everyone.
Oh, look, full character. I love every bit of it. You guys look amazing.
Thank you. We got out in the wilderness for you today. Like here, we climbed up on some rocks here and stated our claim for the day.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's your block.
Yep, we've got our own plane flying. No, there's a plane flying above. I don't have future.
Yes, well, you're well that's kind of the thing, right? Is like that you guys are survivors of something. I'm
the
still
apocalypse.
I'm still not quite sure what form the apocalypse took, but
yep, there was a blast. There was a blast that we still haven't actually worked out what the blast is. We're still discovering that in our own folklore.
Wow.
And we run on a folklore that we're scattering around the internet at the moment in very weird places that people are going to have to go and find themselves.
Very cool. I like that. I really do like that. It's doing similar stuff, maybe not quite to the same extent, but similar kind of angles and stories, elements to the project with my own bands. I
Yep.
have a lot of respect for that, a lot of appreciation for it. It's very, very cool. It's I think that music can be so much more than just the songs. It is performative and it deserves to be given that life.
Yep.
Like we say it a lot. People can say that they want their music to stand on its own 2 feet, but there's 1,000 great bands out there that are doing the same thing. And you need to find a way to stand out. You need to find a way to get that creative process and really stick in people's minds. And I think that certainly on a visual aspect alone, you guys 100% bring that. So like, and I can't imagine it's very pleasant in the warmer months.
Nah, the robes are pretty wet after our shows. Let's put it that way.
Jeez, it's almost like Mad Max meets Diablo.
A little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, when you see MIRUTHAN come out on stage, it's a presentation. There's an altar set up and there's Bibles that come out and you're reading from books and it's intimidating and it's full on. Like I would hate to follow you all up, especially like just dressed like a normie.
Yeah, we've had a few bands that we've been playing with lately that are. Oh, what's your thing with swearing for this? Is it okay? Or not?
Oh, it's
Go
go
for it.
hard.
Fucking go for it.
So people kind of following us, other bands, and just going, "How the fuck are we supposed to follow that?" And it's obviously a nice thing for us to hear, but we're not there to outshine anyone. We're just there to do our thing, our version of what we see as a fun weekend.
That's it's such an awesome weekend.
Definitely. So who have we got? Can we get what's the names? Who are we speaking
All
with?
right, so I'll start
today?
with myself, and then I'll go around this way.
Of course.
All right, so I'm the overlord of the crew. So Demigod Zombie is my name. To the right,
I'm Priest.
Nice. Hello, Priest.
So I rhythm guitar and sprech team is what we call it. So I do like a spoken word thing during our performances as well as during the songs. So not the main vocalist, but a different form of vocalist. Jackson's on lead guitar.
Oh no!
Lead guitar over here.
Edit that out.
Edit.
I will.
Just bleep it.
Took me 2 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Behind.
Yeah, Priestess on support vocals and costuming.
Oh, nice.
All right. Behind to the right.
We'll say that
You hear
again.
that? Witch Doctor on bass.
Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Witch Doctor. He keeps us alive.
Phantoma backing vocals.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hello.
We're going. Yep. Yep.
I'm the drummer.
I am Ghost. I do the vocalizations.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
So we have lead vocal over here. So yourself, Beer Buddy, have seen we are a lineup of vocalists, and that was from the first thing, first ideas of this band. That was the thing, was a layer of vocals live. Obviously, you can do that studio wise. Anyone can do that. Keep layering vocals. We wanted that live as well.
Oh, I respect that. I love bands that use multiple vocalists personally, and I think bands like Linkin Park really stepped their foot in that, just really showing the chops of what the capabilities are of that and how much dynamic range you can give you. So I have nothing but respect for every bit of that. I mean, to even have someone to sit there and do spoken word as well, that is just a thought that never even crossed my mind, to sort of do that sort of stuff in a layer as well. That's top notch idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really cool, and like I love the presentation about it, and that it's something so like it's so unique in what what's being brought to the fore there. Like there's other bands obviously doing like black metal,
Of
but
course.
it's taking it to a level in terms of the performance that almost no one else is doing. I'm not aware
Yep.
of any other bands in Sydney that are doing it.
Not to this level.
I mean, up here you've got I don't know if you guys are familiar. There's a band up this way called in Brisbane called Dark Law, who
Okay.
do very like it's a bit more like fantasy inspired stuff. So it's like video game, like
Okay.
fantasy world stuff. They play like and a lot of their music is written about epic fantasy stories and things from of that nature. Um, but they're very similar presentation in terms of like they got a mic stand with like a giant sword on it, or they come dressed in robes and you know crowns and all sorts of like wild, sinister stuff like that. But it's just, I mean, even then, I think you guys probably looks like you take it to even more extreme than what those guys do.
Oh, you
Yeah.
should
Uh,
see the stage setup. It's phenomenal.
so
Yeah. Our
and
stage setup's actually going to get more involved. I would like it to be there already, but you guys live and breathe music, so you know what scenes are like, what stages are like when we're not doing stadiums, so rolling in massive props and stuff like that
yeah,
is hard at the moment. But as the band progresses, that stage show will progress with it.
mm-hmm,
Well,
I
you're
mean,
really came exploding out of the gate,
yeah,
haven't you?
and
We, we
how would
have, yeah. It
how
was
much?
a calculated move as well from us.
Okay.
So myself personally have been in the music industry a long time. This has been in the back of my brain for a long time and took a whole lot of planning. And even before our first chords, there was hours and hours. So me and Priest spent hours and hours up in the studio, as well with Ritual Priestess behind us, just organizing how we're going to do this. So it wasn't we'll get a few songs together, see how it sounds, and then we were getting the stage show and this look when we were writing the songs
Yeah.
before the songs were even given out to music, before we had musicians.
Okay. So very calculated.
Very calculated.
So yeah, that's a good look. It's a good way to do it. I mean, we like bands like Disgust. They sort of did it the other way around, sort of thing, where they sort of started off half unmasked, sort of thing, and now they've gone the whole hog. Which yeah, I'm just blown away by the whole thing. Just sitting
Yeah.
there like
The creativity is next level, I think, and
yeah,
I am, I kind of mentioned it before we started recording. Like I mentioned, like a wrestling, right? Like I'm a huge wrestling fan,
Yeah.
and when a character is able to build something more than just what everyone else is doing,
Yeah.
like there's a wrestler that unfortunately has passed away, but a wrestler by the name of Bray Wyatt, and he built this whole world around like his characters and like presented different versions of himself in different scenarios and like had this environment that was sort of like a Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood type thing. And the idea is that when we were seeing videos of that, it was all in his head. That was just in his head. And then when he came out to wrestle, he was like this character called the Fiend, which was this literal like horror movie, like monster type character. And it just took everything to the lore and the story around that went to a whole new level that no one else in the industry was doing, right? And
Yeah.
I think that there is so much to be said for when a band can take their visual presentation to that level.
Yeah.
Goes that much thought around it and goes like, all right, well, this is the story of all the different characters and how they came together and how they relate to each other, and you're building essentially, and you can do all this, cross media narrative stuff with it if you like. You can do
mm-hmm.
like I don't, if you know the right people, it's not that challenging to get a comic book made and then do small runs of comic books, and you can sell comic books that tell the backstory of different characters or the band or different pieces of the story. You can do short films and weave the music.
I mean, the
You
amount of content is just outrageous.
You can. There's so much.
Yeah, and we're slowly building that. We introduced. So we're in Tasmania at the moment. We've just done 2 shows this last weekend, and we just introduced these little books, and it's basically what you would get at a funeral. You get your order of service. It's got our song names on the back. We call them death hymns. So it has the death hymns, and then first page of your booklet is our first song of our set, and so on. So
that's a great way to familiarize people with the names of the songs and the lyrics and everything. Have like a hymn book that you give out to everyone. That's whose idea was that?
That was myself.
That's fucking genius.
Wow, that is so good.
Nothing short of
people
genius.
loved it. People really enjoyed it. It was funny, giving them out at the door. For this set of shows that we just did, we weren't actually headline, as I was saying, but so it was funny handing out our booklets. It was a black metal weekend, but we actually didn't play the headline slot. But for us to give out our booklets when people come in, it was kind of a little bit weird. But as soon as we started playing, I had them there and I handed them out to the front row. And then people were just like, no, so I'm throwing them to the second and third row. And that was really cool. And then to see people, so this was second song in, they got their booklet. To then open up to the right page and singing the lyrics back to us as we're singing them. It was priceless.
And I can imagine.
That is like 2,000 fucking IQ.
That is a very high IQ play.
You are you dead set. You are a time traveler. You are.
That's genius. That's so clever.
Fuck.
And it's so cool. And I can only imagine, like, once you kind of build up, you're there and you've got if you film the live shows, right, and you've got a whole even just a couple of rows of people in the front of the audience with the booklets there singing it back to you, it's like that's got to make for an incredible visual for live videos when you put those out, right? And then once that kind of gets around and people start to follow the idea of it, that's the kind of thing that people will get into because it's so different, because it's so unique and absurd in the best way. They're just like, it's so outside of anything that they're used to experiencing at gigs. I imagine you can even take that to another level, right? I don't know if this is something that you guys are looking at or whatever, but immediately, like, talking about this sort of thing, like, my mind goes to, you have someone that is like able to put a cross of a thing on people's foreheads and anoint them, or like baptize them, or give communion and whatever, and you can go like so much further with it.
Of course, yeah. And there is plans of that kind of stuff. As I was saying earlier, like the size we are in the industry at the moment, although we're super grateful for how quickly we're rising, we've got to be realistic on what we can do and what we can pull off. And then also what I want is people that see us now and then see us in 4 years' time. Obviously, the band's going to get bigger. A band will do that anyway when they tour, but obviously we've got pretty high aspirations of where we want to be.
Yeah,
that stuff will progress, and we will do. I won't let too much away, but you've kind of hit the nail on the head.
That's
so
great.
This first incarnation of this little booklet was again quite calculated. So you go to funerals and you'll find the booklet you're given is generally a cheap little nasty thing that's photocopied, and you go in and it's and we actually had that. That's what we wanted the books to look like for this. So we went to the in the future they still have Officeworks, just letting you know. So we went to Officeworks.
Good. I need to get my hard drives for all my shows.
Spotlight is still there. Anything else?
Cool.
So we went and did the cheapest prints that we could do, so that they had that look of a cheap funeral booklet, you know.
Yeah.
And that will progress as time goes on, and we'll do them nicer, and you know, our little books we carry on stage are leather bound, little booklets, and eventually they will be available to buy and all that kind of stuff.
That's great.
Awesome,
That's so
Mark.
cool. That's so cool. Well, as you mentioned, you guys are on tour at the moment. You've done, you know, Newcastle, Canberra, Sydney, Newcastle again. You guys have just done a couple of shows in Tasmania there. When this comes out, you guys will be imminent for Gold Coast, Brisbane, Port Macquarie, and then getting a little further along, Melbourne, and then there's a show at Sunbury on the lineup. I will try to get to the Brisbane show if I can.
Where's it at?
It's at the back room. It's at the back room, so there'll be a
big's the
nice
stage?
sizable stage.
Good.
Nice sizable stage there, which is good.
Big stage in an 800 capacity room, which is
don't know about Mo's Desert Clubhouse. That might be a little tighter for you. But wow, yeah, okay. But yeah, so there's plenty of opportunity for people to get out and see you guys on tour at the moment with the Cult of the Dead tour. As we said, we did a reaction video to one of the film clips that you guys put out. We
appreciate that.
It's like, you know, which was awesome. Again, we were just like very, very taken by, like I said, just the depth of the lore that's been put together there and all the little subtleties that are worked their way into everything. There's, like I said, there's a lot of, like, I love being creative around this stuff and letting, like, for me, when I'm trying to be creative on music and just kind of letting my mind go to what else can be associated with the song that I'm working on, you know? And I think, you know, I tend to throw a lot, you know, I kind of am like, I'll throw a lot of shit at the wall and see what sticks, you know? Like, I'll say a lot of shitty ideas before I land on a good one. But it's always about just getting that process, getting that flow going. So you were saying earlier that it's kind of was a lot of this was calculated and come up with by just a few of you. With bringing more people into the cult, has there been, you know, like everyone kind of starting to contribute their own ideas and factors or thoughts into these things as well now?
Definitely, they're adding to the lore. So musically, they're adding to the band as well. I do majority of the songwriting, but what we're finding is that is now expanding to a bigger thing. You know, lore the same, even down to what everyone's wearing. We're all in very similar gear. I'm just little bit different in color and stuff like that, but now they're adorning themselves with either things they find on tour that are creepy or things that they've built themselves for their character, and that will just keep happening. That'll keep building.
Yeah, and that's great too, because that also means visually the band's going to evolve over time and change on that front. Is there like a, what's the word I'm looking for? So when people are working on like a film or a TV show, there's often a document referred to as a Bible for the show of all the you know, details on the characters and the lore and the story to help maintain continuity. Is there something like that you guys have to keep track of all this stuff? Or you just kind of rely on memory for the moment?
Yeah. So Priest has been putting that together, and then so I had the lore kind of written to an extent, and then each character written to an extent. His writing skills are quite good, so we're now elaborating on that. So this is that kind of thing I'm saying where we have a graphic bio out there, and it's a little hard to get. Even I've lost it a few times. But we have it on hard drive. But it's on the internet.
needs a bookkeeper. They need a bookkeeper.
That's right.
Yeah, they still have accounts, I think.
Yeah. But So he's now elaborating on each of those character roles, and as he elaborates on each character, he will talk to those characters and elaborate with them, not for them, you know?
Yeah, eventually we're just trying to get it to kind of a consumable point for people, if that makes sense. Like something that you can put out as a product, and it'll be fun.
Oh yeah, I mean the brand is there now. We just need to associate ourselves a bit more with the characters of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And
and
that's
very fun.
having like
we're trying to keep it like a line between gothic and classic post-apocalyptic stuff as well, because like normal post-apocalyptic stuff can be a little bit tired. So we're trying to put our own black metal gothic spin on it, make it creepy and weird.
And I think if you can't obviously you can't just put all of the story out there for everyone right away up front, right? Because then everyone's gonna go, oh, that's too much. Like that's too much for me to take in. I'm not going to bother.
Yeah.
But you start out being just a bunch of mad-looking motherfuckers doing cool music. That's going to get people's attention, and then they'll once that's been happening for a while, and you start putting little bits of the story out in film clips, and like you said, putting them out there in different things online. You can do like ARGs so that the real hardcores can try and dig into the weird links and codes that they find, and looking into the source code of a website to find a link that goes somewhere else that gives people info. That sort of stuff can get really involved and in depth for the people that care to look for it. And I mean, there's a lot that you can do with it once you've got that fan base that's going to go to those lengths, which is just, it's incredible. And like, it's like, I'm looking at it going, I'd love to be involved in something like that.
Yeah. Same here. I don't like.
I kind of am. Like, obviously, Nuclear Vision's doing.
We can welcome you to the cult.
It's a lot of fun.
I am already officially a reverend, so I'm sure there could be a place for me somewhere.
He's not even joking. He's not even joking in the slightest.
Oh, really?
I've got it on the wall out there. But like it seems like a really fun endeavor to be involved with, and
it is totally. And there's people that are kind of like, what are they doing? Is it wanky or not? And we're as much tongue in cheek as we are serious about it. We put serious effort in, and we put serious effort into songwriting this lore stuff. But then, like, there's dad jokes through all of our stuff as well. You know what I mean? Like,
I love it.
Yeah, it. You gotta be serious about it, but don't take yourselves too seriously.
Does the post-apocalypse still have beer?
It does.
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm the film guy.
Yeah, it's like corpse fermented beer. It's great.
That's cool. As long as it gets you there, I'm chill.
So what? Obviously, the tour's going on there. You guys have just dropped the EP, as of recording about a little over a week ago, give or take. Which I apologize I haven't listened to just yet, but that will be on my list for this week. Please don't.
Well, it was actually funny because I was sitting here and I chucked it on, and look, I'm going to be the first person to say I do enjoy black metal, but look, it's just one of those things. I either love it or I hate it, and I love you lot. It's the production value is fantastic. I feel like everybody should go and see a live show before they listen to the stuff. It sort of gives you a bit more context.
Yeah,
I guess. And I really want to see you all play with Chaoses.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I think like if you had the right, like if you got the right sort of lineup together for a tour, you could do the most insane, like, road through the apocalypse type tour of all these bands with crazy outfits and lore and stories and characters and everything. I mean, how much stuff do you guys actually have to cart to a show?
A lot. I've seen it. It's
a lot. Even so, every part of this band is like we don't skimp out on effort. So generally we will bring all backline for a show. Mainly because we do want the show to be something amazing. We want it to sonically be amazing. We want it to visually be amazing. So we don't want to kind of rest on our laurels for gear as well. There's only one show I think that we've used cabs that was just like, yeah, we've got in-house cabs, and we were like, all right, let's just do it on this one. And one of the bass speakers was blowing up. So, it's like, so we put so much effort into it. We have our own tour van, so that's packed out. We have, we run a full in-ears system, which is an absolute pain in the ass every show. But we have this very smart gentleman next to us that runs that.
When I saw them at it's a 45-minute run with the sound engineer prior, and it's dialed in by Priest. Like Priest knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, that was one thing I noticed straight away. I love seeing those little times where they're on stage beforehand and the way they carry themselves with the sound engineer and stuff like that. And you'll know what you're doing. I like it.
Yeah, we try and be a really easy band to deal with because we've got so much shit
That's it. You
to
have
take
to be.
care of. So
Have to
it's
be,
kind of one of those things where we want to be really cool and easy and like I do sound a lot as well, a lot of live sound. So I know how much of a slog it can be. So yeah, we try and make it as easy as possible for the engineers to.
Yeah, and you never piss off a sound engineer. It's like sending
No,
back food.
you're not
It's
doing
like
it.
sending back food to the chef.
Yeah,
That's right.
Bad idea.
Yeah. So
telling your tattooer that he doesn't know how to put color in or something.
Yeah.
Don't piss off your chefs. Don't piss off your sound guys, and don't piss off your tattooists.
Yeah.
So where does the name MIRUTHAN come from? Like, what's the origins of that? What's the meaning behind that?
All right. So we did a heap of delving into world kind of. It's based around zombie apocalypse, but it's not totally a zombie apocalypse. So we wanted something to resonate with that name, but not call the band zombie something or plague something, or you know what I mean? Like, so it took a lot of diving to find this name. It's an Tamil, is it?
Yeah.
Tamil word for basically walking dead, or it's walking corpse. So it doesn't actually mean zombie, but it resonates with zombie. So yeah, walking corpse is the
That's
meaning
a
behind
Tamil word.
Yep.
That's mad.
Yep. And it's actually a very obscure Tamil word as well. It was super hard to find. There is a movie called it as well, which is shockingly bad. It's great. So watch that. But it wasn't actually named after the movie. It was this deep dive into finding this word that we wanted, and that was the word.
Wow. I love the fact that you've taken the time to really sort of. In my eyes, it's backwards, but you've done it the right way. You've sort of solidified your brand first, and really what you want to accomplish artistically on stage.
Yeah.
And the music is just top notch on top of that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just really. It's not annoying. It's just you're just so fucking good in every single aspect of where it's going to. Do you know what I mean? Where it's almost to the extent where if you all did walk up on stage, fucking normal, it's still good. But this just adds so much to it.
Yeah. Yep.
And like
and
everyone's gonna remember the band that was in like those crazy masks with the, and the rib cage headpiece with the sheep skull on it, and just everyone's gonna remember that.
I'll still talk about you.
This here.
Yeah.
So all the masks are handmade by the process as well.
Is that a side hustle kind of thing that you might look into getting into for other bands later on? Surely.
Potentially. A lot of this was trial and error, just something that I love to do. It's a bit of a project, and obviously, this was something that particularly the three of us had a really clear vision for. So I just gave it a crack and started with the masks. Developed ways. So it's actually a molded hessian. So sort of soaking down the hessian and then
So it's
molding.
actually like sits on your face properly.
Absolutely, yeah. And
That's
then
awesome.
putting them all out and making them individual and moving on to headdresses and things. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Next
Took a
level.
long time, but it was a lot of fun.
That's all.
Wow.
It's.
I guess the next level of that is, I guess the next
Yeah.
level of that is like finding a way to, or finding a design that's a bit easier and quicker to make so that you can sell them to you.
We actually had this chat over the last week.
Mate, I'd just be getting just
something
buying
different.
the half opera mask. Just grab a small, medium, and large.
Yeah, done. Job done.
That's your face's problem now. You've paid for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I mean, you know, what is it? Disgust, you know, that's band up here. They all wear masks and they kind of have a mascot character, I guess, and they try and get like the masks of the mascot, you know. So it's like their masks are all just their masks, but they do sell a mask for the fans as well. That's a bit different from their ones.
Almost like a disciple mask.
Yeah. Kind of how I guess like Slipknot have like their, you know, selling like the maggot mask and things like that. You know, it affords the fans an opportunity to really get in on the action as well without actually having to do, you know, selling your own ones. You know, like selling your own like the copies of what you've already got on stage. So your guys' ones are still unique, but the fans can also engage with that as well at the same time. So
be the ninth member.
Yeah, like the extra, precisely.
And that's so going over to, we were talking just before, like the live show. We push this whole like happy cult kind of thing. So we're kind of, you know, I do the whole arm spread thing and bringing people in and the people joining the cult, and people love it. People just enjoy it so much. Yeah. So it's that real, as you say, like the ninth member, where we invite people in. The last 4 shows, where I stand front and center, like an addressing overlord, and I've had people bowing at me for the whole shows, and it's just so fun. They're just enjoying it.
Has there been many all ages shows yet?
We have done a few.
Yeah,
because I was going to start.
Rev It Down was all ages.
Yeah.
What kind of reaction do you get from the kids, from the young ones?
There's a place we do in Maitland called the Cabin.
Mm.
So we did Roam It Down first, and then we did the Cabin not long after, and filled it with underages, and it was manic.
Yeah, they all had Coach Spain on. It was great.
They all caught Spain on.
People hanging off chairs and tables.
Yeah.
Mm.
Whoa.
Yeah, like 10, 15, 20 kind of underage kids all bowing. You know, a circle.
That's how it starts. That's how it starts.
Great.
Yeah.
Linking together.
But you know the funny thing is, it's like when you have a look at metal as a genre in Australia, we are like a cult.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just that's our signal. You know, like it was funny. I went driving through my estate the other day, and I was just taking the kids out, and I'm like, oh, metalhead.
Yeah. And
the wife's like, how'd you know? It's like Polaris shirt. It's like, that's one of my people. That's one of my, like, you just know. You know,
right,
like, and the weirdest thing is it fills you. As soon as you just fills you with so much pride. Then on your end, with Maruthan, it's like you get the biggish cult that is heavy metal, and then you find your subset members within the cult within the cult.
That's right. Yeah, nail on the head with that one.
There's so much else you can do with it too. I mean, in terms of like a fan club and things like that, you know, and just there's so much you can utilize and leverage there that you can provide your fans. That's a unique experience, just different from what they'll get from just about any other band, and
Yeah.
it's probably way more work. I mean, look, I'm expecting that it'll be a shitload of work, and it's probably way more work than even I'm expecting when I think about it.
It probably definitely is.
But it's fun.
So the whole band obviously put a whole lot of work in. Touring is really hard. Me as kind of the driver of a tour.
Yeah, I don't envy the amount of work that's going to go into tours.
Yeah, it's huge. But we all put that effort in. It's like there's no one out there drinking while the other band members are lifting stuff. It's all in. But then the three of us here do a lot of the back end stuff, and we still work full-time jobs, obviously, but we're doing 30 to 40 hours a week on the band each, but after tours.
Yeah.
That's every week. So
is there going to be a real settle down time after you sort of get this next run of shows done, after and just really sort of take time to, I guess, let the dust settle, let people absorb it a bit, and then sort of dive into the social media part a bit more?
Yep.
Because I mean, with the look in Australia, you guys are making waves, you guys are making name, you guys are really starting to rattle the ground here.
Yep.
This could be taken overseas so easily. I mean, obviously not easily in the sense, but it could be sold overseas.
Yep.
So easy.
Yeah, look, we obviously love our home country, you know. But the idea of this is to get it overseas in a bigger manner. So it is to do some of those big festivals overseas.
Well, you want to be careful.
I think our shot at it's good.
You want to be careful which countries you take it to, because some countries will have real issue with it.
Yep.
The Polish lawyers will be coming for us.
Yeah. What the funny thing is, though, is so just trying to think what show it was. We had a Sydney show not that long ago. Did a fair bit of just online advertising for it, as we do, and we had this whole religious sect just, hammering at our Facebook and our socials. You are going to hell and all this kind of stuff. And what's funny is if you, I'll send you guys a copy of our lyric book that we hand out. I'll send you a digital copy so you can just have a read through and a look at it. But there's actually no religious content whatsoever.
Yeah, well, that's just low hanging fruit, isn't it? That's just like playing right into the stigmatism, right into the stereotype of what they expect you to be.
Yeah. So it's all apocalyptic, and it's all based around survival.
Can we maybe get a video on the MIRUTHAN page where you maybe read out some of those comments?
That would be great.
Celebrities reading hate comments.
I think that would be a fantastic watch.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, sounds like it fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed a few of them.
Yeah, we kind of, as a band, we kind of sat there, and after that show, as I say, we got hammered, and we all sat there and we're like, we think we've made it.
Yeah.
If people are hating us that much from this certain genre of people in the world, hate us that much, we're like, we've made it.
Yeah.
Yes. And now what you need to do is do a video where you read all those comments, each of yous, and make sure you tag that group in there so they have an opportunity to respond, and just enjoy the back and forth.
Yeah.
Lean into it. Lean right into it.
Yeah.
For sure.
What do they say if you're in video games? If you're facing enemies, you're going the right way.
Yeah. That's it.
You're making progress.
That's right.
Oh, well, should we dive into the first segment there,
I
Kyle?
would love to dive into this first segment. Let's do this.
Great thing.
That you had
Quick question quarter.
You could do so.
We're back.
We're back. So this is the quick question quarter, spelt with Q's, not K's, because we don't roll like that.
No.
The whole point of this segment here is we're going to ask our very good new friends from the apocalyptic future some questions about their musical history, so we can get
Or
to know them a little
the
better.
musical futures,
Their
our
musical
history.
futures, technically, I suppose, however you want to look at it there. Um, this may take a little longer than the average quick question quarter, just because there's a few more people to answer.
It's
But I
never
think
quick.
we'll make it work. It's never as quick as we want. It's never as quick as we want. But anyway, so the first question is, and I don't know, you guys can work out how you want to go around and answer this. But what was your first instrument that you learned to play?
I'll go myself. At 10. I was a death metal drummer.
Oh wow! You got raised right.
I did. Which
Awesome.
I will very, very quickly throw over to. We have a member here. He's the only one that you can actually find his name as well online. There's a reason why, but he's 14 years old, our drummer.
Wow.
That's
how does that work with
nah. You're a weapon.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it.
He is a weapon.
Thank you so much.
So with a not even very deep dive, you can find out who this actually is. It won't take you much to find it, but yeah, he's 14 years old.
You're a weapon.
Yeah, that is wild. That's like Prodigy type stuff. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. Dude. That is not fair. You're not meant to be 14.
No.
So does anyone else want to let us know the first instrument they learned?
Yeah, let's go right again.
I've been playing guitar since I was 10, so that was my first.
Mm-hmm.
What was your first instrument?
You'd be rude with that.
Actually, other than some very lame attempts at learning drums and bass at a very young age, I don't play an instrument. This is one of my first opportunities to actually be a vocalist. Okay. So I actually come from the dark side in terms of more so the tour management background.
Vocals count. But yeah, 100% vocals count an instrument.
Yeah, so that's now my instrument.
Nice.
Awesome.
So this is her first band.
That is so awesome. And how's it coming from the dark side and doing management to actually being in the band and being in the pain now?
Absolutely terrible. But a lot of fun.
It's like, I knew what you had to deal with.
Yeah.
All right. We got Wish Doctor next.
Yep. With guitar at about 13, switched to upright bass, and then to 5-string electric bass.
Wow, upright bass.
I'm here.
Look, you don't want to add an upright bass to this thing. It's the last thing you want to add.
It's like, dude, you playing in one pub and you ain't playing. Like, it's just going to be the bass.
Yeah. All right, so next on.
Yeah, I'm a first-time band member too. Just like most of you 7 kids, played a bit of recorder. I quit it all just to sing vocals for MIRUTHAN. So, enjoying my time here.
So we've got 2 first-timers in this band.
That's awesome.
So,
What a way to
what a first band.
Way
right? First band.
It's like anything after this should just be odd.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Just get up there in your everyday clothes to play, and it'll be like, this doesn't feel right.
So we've got Wrath next.
So I started off with drums when I was like 9, 10.
Yeah, it was like 5 years ago. Of course you did. Jesus Christ.
I was like a little bit of a hair metal kid. And then I started like doing blast beats and stuff like 5-6 months ago, or maybe 7 months ago.
Is that all?
Yeah, like
he's been in the band nearly 6 months.
His voice is breaking.
Yeah. It isn't even there yet.
Wow. Dude, Wrath, man, so much respect to your craft. Like, wow. The amount of growth you're going to have, it's going to be insane what you're going to be able to do by the time you're 20, and what you're going to learn from the 7 other people sitting around you.
I've already learned heaps of stuff from all these guys around here.
From all those weird old guys around him.
They're wisdom is everything. Just sit
He's
and
got 6
absorb.
dads and mum with him.
That's correct. Yeah.
That's
wild.
got our album actually. 6 dads and a mum.
It's 2024. What does it matter?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Well, polyamory is the solution to the economic crisis.
That's right. That's right. All right. We'll throw it over.
So I actually started playing drums around similar age to Wrath, but in a church worship band, believe it or not.
Wow. I mean,
no
difference.
I believe it.
Yeah.
So nothing's changed.
After that, I just fell in love with music, started dabbling, making noises any way I could, and it's sort of it's in the blood, I guess.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Next question is, what was the first album that you purchased?
So I'll start again. It was actually a Billy Idol album. I can't think of the album name. Was it Rebel Yell? I think it was Rebel Yell, the album. That was my first.
Yep. Rebel Yell. What album was that on? Was it on the thing? That was at the thing? Yes, it's like the album is also named Rebel Yell. There you go.
Rebel Yell, yeah. That was my first album.
Nice. That's a first for us.
Mm-hmm. We haven't had Billy Idol before, so.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
I think the first one I got with my own money was, I think it was Injustice for All. I'm pretty sure.
My man.
Which is a classic. Yeah, no, that's a great album.
All right, well, Ritual Process.
Yeah, for me, the first album I bought with my own monies would have been Evil Empire, Rage Against the Machine, or Vulgar Display of Power, Wouldn't Have Been Far Behind.
This explains so much.
Yep. Yep.
All right, Witch Doctor.
Elvis Presley compilations.
Oh, Elvis! Oh, we heard the end of that, so it was the Elvis Presley compilations.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, mine was Sergeant Pepper's. Pretty standard. Great album. Yeah, so that was my first.
Yep. Class, absolute class.
Dude, they're all solid as fuck.
Probably a couple of Kiss albums, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Unmasked, Creatures of the Night.
A couple of Kiss albums.
No, well, we need to get Wrath onto the Pantera hair metal stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pre Phil Anselmo Pantera is what we need to get Wrath listening to. And what about you, Ghost?
So very vividly, the first album I bought as an angry young Christian teenager was the Demon Hunter self-titled album. Parents obviously were iffy about heavy metal and stuff, so I was like, "Oh, but they're all Christians, man."
They're a Christian band. They're talking about killing demons. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's like going to your mum with a Slayer album and saying his dad's a minister. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. First live concert you attended.
First live concert. Mine was Pantera.
Oh, I'm jealous.
What year?
It was Mouth for War tour.
Oh, Jesus.
Not War.
Far Beyond Driven?
No, before that. Vulgar Display, sorry.
Yeah, wow.
I was very, very young.
God damn. Yeah.
I had done gigs before that. I started the same age and I started touring at 14. So I actually started in bands. So I'd done a string of shows before I'd seen a band. First big band I supported was the Angels original lineup as well.
No shit.
Yeah. That would have been at 14 actually.
Jeez.
The cycle continues.
Yeah. All right.
I think the first big one I went to was Black Sabbath, 2013. They came here.
2013.
I was
Nice.
just a kid then, but yeah, that was a great concert.
Yep.
I think I saw
would've been
Peter and the Wolf when I was 4, but I don't know if that counts.
Was that the one
Who
with
was it?
10? Was that
Peter
the
and the
one
Wolf.
with? Was that the one with Seven Dust Open 2013?
No, it was Sea Hard. I can't remember the name.
not-
New Zealand band.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I was at but I would have been at the 2013 one as well.
Yeah, I was in the Sydney one.
Yeah. Well, I used to live down in Sydney, so I would have been at that
sick.
same
Yeah.
one there.
No,
Very,
that was
very
great.
cool.
Wow.
All right, we'll throw the ritual process.
Yeah, I'd have to say the first big concert I went to would have been the '94 Big Day Out. Actually, my mum set me free on my own at the age of 11 into the Big Day Out.
11.
And
Holy
yeah,
shit.
amazing.
That was back when Sydney was
Back
cool.
when you could do that. Back
That's
when you could
right,
let
yeah.
your kids go to Big Day Out at 11 on their own.
Who would have been at the '94? That was Corn.
That was Soundgarden, Offspring, Prodigy. I think was that one. Yes, yeah, a few.
Let's
It's a
let's
cracker.
check this out.
It was a
I need to check this lineup because this is hectic. Yeah,
Oh,
Soundgarden,
dude.
Ramones, Bjork, Smashing Pumpkins, The Cruel Sea, Tism.
Why do I want to like literally destroy? I'm so jealous. I just want to destroy my computer system right now. I just want to just fucking flip all the tables.
Wow.
That is
That's
solid.
wild.
Good
That's
time.
solid. All right, which
All right, we'll throw
He keeps cutting out.
so you keep
Deep
getting
Purple was his.
Deep Purple, was it? Jeez. All right. Super, super cool.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest here. My first was Tina Turner.
Hell yeah, brother.
There's nothing wrong with Tina Turner.
Look, I'd be honest about that too. One of my first was Diana Ross. I got taken to it.
She was great. She was
It's good.
Hey, look.
Tina Turner's a badass.
Yeah,
she did a Mad Max movie. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
just,
Tina Turner's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the nut push.
Hell yeah.
I want to see MIRUTHAN do a Thunderdome.
Yeah, well, now
Yeah.
we need a Maruthan cover of the Nutbush.
Yeah.
All right, we'll throw you to Wrath here.
No surprise. Kiss at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre in 2015. I think I was
Good,
about
good.
5 years old.
Wow.
You got some good
That's,
parents, Wrath. You got some good
yeah.
parents. You are loved.
Going to Kiss concerts at 5. This is what happens. This is where that leads.
All right, throw you over to Ghost.
So yeah, again, my first big concert, I guess, was during my Christian days. It was seeing Switchfoot supported by a band called The Lads at the Heart Festival way back when. But the first real concert was the first time Damien Hunter came to Australia and played the Metro in Sydney.
Wow.
Good. That's good. There's some great stuff here.
Man, the musical prowess. Like just of what you can really sort of gauge. Yeah. That's amazing. I love your music. I love the music you listen to.
All right, so we got one more that's going to require going around the circle, and then a couple of them that I guess will be group answers. What's an instrument that you've always wanted to learn but haven't yet?
The xylophone bones on his head, like in the
It's Itchy places the same rib but plays two clearly distinct tones. What's up? I mean, is this some magical rib cage?
All right, can I say one that I actually started to learn but have literally run out of time to keep learning?
I think that'll count. I think that counts.
Is bagpipes. So I can actually get some sound out of bagpipes. That's one I probably would have liked to put more time into.
Awesome.
I could see with a bit of corn opening.
All right, I'll throw you over.
Violin for me, I think, or cello maybe, but I think violin. I've been very interested in that.
Yeah, those stringed instruments are very challenging.
Yeah. Heaps shit at intonating without frets. But,
all right, Rachel.
Yeah, I've actually not long purchased and haven't had the time to really get my head around the theremin.
Oh,
Yep.
So,
That'd
so
be a good
yeah,
one.
I'm excited to get more into that. But
You're just gonna
That
learn
might
the
be a
Star
little
Trek
bit of an
theme.
Easter egg into
yeah,
Maruthan there.
be a sprinkle.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'd work.
Yeah.
It'd fit.
All right.
Bass. Pedal steel guitar.
Pedal steel
Oh,
guitar.
nice.
I'm gonna go for something sexy, maybe some saxophone.
Yeah.
We are
Love it.
massive fans of saxophone and metal.
We are. We love a bit of metal sax. All right, Raph.
All right.
Right. Probably the guitar would be pretty cool, you know.
I can see that. I can see you like shredding out on guitar a little bit as you get
As
older.
long as you're not doing what that dude does on that YouTube channel, you know, where he plays guitar and he's got like a stick strapped to his head.
Yeah.
And he plays songs.
Yeah.
None of that, Wrath.
Just watch though. He'll spend 3 days and be sweet picking.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Can't fit all members on the stage.
Yeah, he's 14. He's got dexterity and just the muscles are there to get ready for the memory.
That's right.
And Ghost.
And over to Ghost.
I'm a little bit torn between cello, like
Yeah.
I'll fix that.
or something like a drone dulcimer or hurdy-gurdy or something like that. I've always really loved that drone sound and having harmonies that you can work over the drone and that sort of thing.
That'd be cool. I think if you could probably introduce that and blend that with your stuff really well too. So, wow.
I mean, sky's the limit with Maruthan. I mean, the creativity's there.
Yeah.
There's 8 heads in the whole thing.
I mean,
it's only just going to expand from there.
Yeah, like it's already operating with kind of no rules as to anything being out of bounds. So I can't imagine what you guys will be able to sort of fold into it in the future. All right, so we'll kind of go through. Next one's just kind of if you guys if Zombie, if you want to answer for sort of the group as a whole for this one, if you could pick one big band or artist for Maruthan to open a show for, who would it be? Now this is basically there's no rules around this. It's like any alive or dead, active or not, whatever period of theirs that you want to pick. But the dream support, like as in you support this band and then you're done after that. Who would it be?
I think we might throw it around individually. Have you got time for that?
I think okay.
Yeah, we got time.
We can do that. We can do that.
Yeah. All right. I'm torn between 2 here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we'd probably fit better with this one. So I'm going to say Behemoth.
Okay.
That'd be a good fit.
Yeah. So that would be mine. I'll throw you over.
This is really difficult for me, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say I don't think we'd fit it all, but I just really like them, and I'd like just an opportunity to see them as Archspire.
Archspire. Very good.
Okay.
Behemoth gets my vote as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Does this have to be metal?
It doesn't have to be metal at
Doesn't
all.
have to be metal at all.
Like go with LA swing band Royal Crown Review.
Yeah, no, I changed it. I want that.
Wow. I like
Have you guys
it.
ever heard of them?
No, but I'm going to hear about them afterwards.
Yeah.
They're really cool. I actually did a couple of very, very heavy drinking nights with those guys years ago. Yeah, they're wild jazz musicians.
Jazz musicians.
I've recently gotten into Behemoth too, so I think Behemoth or Dane Blacklock. I really like Dane Blacklock. I saw them once, and they're amazing. So I'd love to play with them sometime. They were cool.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cradle of Filth or Dimmu Borgir.
Wow, you never know. You might have an opportunity with Cradle of Filth. They just announced a tour.
Yeah, we may have sent an email already, but
hey, I would be surprised if Maruthan did not throw their hat in the ring, throw their hat in the chalice there for that one.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's a toss-up between Cannibal Corpse, just because I want to make Corpse Grinder, really, or like a band like Ward Brunner, like something a bit sort of folky, dark, that sort of thing. Very oppressive and vocalized. Yeah.
That's cool.
Wow.
That's cool. All right, and last one. We'll skip that next one because it might get a little bit too personal into the people behind the things. And the last one we'll go with, and I'm excited, actually, really interested to see these ones. Now, you can interpret this question however you would like. You can take the verbiage to mean whatever context you feel it means. What is your worst music sin?
Worst music sin. All right.
Yep. I am a reverend after all. It's confession time.
Yeah. All right. Mine's been. I've been a fairly professional musician for a lot of years. Done some massive shows, some tiny shows, and everything in between. In lots of different genres. So similar to Witch Doctor at the back, we both actually play double upright bass. I've played that professionally. So done some massive tours in that realm. And there's one that I got asked to do. So I got sent all these. It was just a cover kind of band, just for money on a weekend kind of gig. It wasn't, a metal band or anything cool. Or anyway, turn up with all my gear, all the songs learned, 3 sets of songs. They gave me my sparkly outfit. Not sequins, but like, what do you call it? What's that material? Like a
spandex.
Satin. My satin suit that I had to put on. I was like, okay, this is not where I wanted it to go. So I did sound check my double bass, and I play like a slap style, rockabilly style thing. He's like, oh, can you turn that down a little? Oh, of course, yeah. A little bit more. I was like, okay, yeah, it's a little bit more. So I was like, oh, you're not going to hear it if I... He goes, yeah, there's already bass MIDI tracks that you're playing to.
Holy shit!
So
You
I
were
learned
just a
3
prop.
songs and had to mime it.
Wow.
You know what? I got $400 at the end.
In all fairness, I don't put that on you because you learned the songs and then they sprung that on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know what? $400 at the end of the night, I probably would have been pissed at the start, but when I got handed that money, I'd be like, you know what?
You know what? That was fine.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my sin one. Do you want to pass that? Or?
Yeah. We'll get one
keep
for
going.
everyone.
I'm just trying to think of all of the things that I'm ashamed of. I can't read music very well. That's something I'm very ashamed of. And not practicing to a metronome enough. Like, I could do it, but like I keep watching TV while I practice like an idiot.
Okay. That's a good sin.
Yep.
My sin. I still have no idea how to sound check, and they all take the piss out of me every time.
That's heaps true.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough Hale Raffs in that to fix that one.
Nah.
I pretty well just giggle my way through it, really like a bit of a dick. So yeah.
Hey, as long as you're making sound, the sound engineer can work with it.
Yeah, but it's like this. It's hello. All right, done.
Yeah, like, but keep going.
And then we're like, how are they supposed to get technical off that?
Like I said, first time.
No, if I can give a bit of advice on that front, best way to get over that sort of concern or like you're not sure what to do is to literally just find something silly and fun to do. Like,
I
for
think
example,
we're working on that.
Something that I've actually seen a band do was there was like a wrestling promo that was kind of a bit that a tag team wrestling team did back in the day, and it was like it was just a nice thing to do because you're projecting a lot, you're being out there, you're using your full voice, and it's a bit of a length to it, so it gives but also it's a bit of an Easter egg for anyone else that might be familiar with that particular thing there. So it's like, oh hey, I know that. Or another example is, I'm sure if you're on, I don't know if any of you are on familiar, in the future, if it's TikTok still in the future or not. But the whole,
No, we got rid of that.
You got rid of that? Okay.
Yeah.
But the thing of like singing the melody to War Pigs, but instead of the original lyrics, it's like generals gathered in their masses. I like goth chicks with fat asses, and they're like replace some of. So doing that again, like I was doing that for a band I used to be in to check my vocals because again it's big, it's like thing, it's a funny little like joke. So coming up with something fun and silly like that you can do and it helps you kind of get in the vibe of it is really really helpful and really handy.
Thank you. I need
And
all the help I can get.
it makes the sound guys happier too because then they don't have to say keep going, keep going, keep going.
We just yell at her and make her feel like shit,
That's
and
right.
it's not working.
These guys just just elbow me in the ribs, going, "Keep going. What are you doing?" Yeah, I'll take that advice. Thank you.
Very fair. Witch Doctor.
Probably not so much like a sin as it is just embarrassing. So before I had an upright bass, I got my dad's old acoustic guitar, took the 2 high strings off, restrung it, and attempted to play along the Michael Bublé songs with the guitar on a stool. So it's like an upright bass.
Oh, I mean, that's not too far off what the presidency of the United States were doing.
Yeah,
yeah. Actually,
Pusa were doing some weird stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm.
Was was your dad okay with it though?
I don't think so. He hasn't talked since.
He left to get a pack of cigarettes. He hasn't been back.
Yeah. He didn't make it back before the gates closed, right?
That's right.
That's it.
Right.
My musical sin is probably that I overshare. Yeah, probably, like if just before sound check, I'll let everyone know I'm going for a shit. Or stay in the band. People either love it or they hate it.
Say it very loudly into the microphone. Okay, I'm going for a shit.
And it's always descriptive, which is amazing.
Yeah,
take that advice. That's the quickest way to get a sound check done. You're only going to need to use
that's right. All right,
Probably playing when I'm not supposed to.
That's every drummer. That's every drummer.
Yeah,
You know what's worse when they're 14?
Yeah. You'll never grow out of that. You'll never grow out of that. And Ghost,
being honest.
Yeah, that was the most honest answer we got there. That was priceless.
Yep.
All right, we'll throw it over to Ghost.
I don't know how much of a sin it was, but I used to take my resonator skin off my kick drum just so I could stack my floor toms and stuff into it to pack into a hatchback. Sound guys always gave me strange looks, but once we did sound check, it was like being punched in the chest. Worked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can see a lot of drummers.
You're the exception, not the rule, my friend.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, there's some amazing answers there for that quick question quarter. I love that one. Without further ado, let's dive into the next segment, Kyle. If you can hit the button, please.
Do it.
Come on, if you want to fight, come on then.
Get in the bin.
Are you enjoying the weather there, mate? What? Are you enjoying the weather there?
Yeah, let's chuck it.
All right. Time to chuck it in the bin. Time for everyone's favorite segment, Get in the Bin. Now, we will go around and we will ask for one of these from everybody, but the idea behind this is if you were able to obtain ultimate godlike power and you could snap your fingers and eliminate one thing from the music business.
Now, considering everything from the music industry is gone now.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously in the future.
It goes in the future.
Music industry left, but if you could eliminate one thing from the music business, what would it be and why? We'll get one from everybody.
All right. I think egotistical, either sound guys or production crew. So you turn up and we're quite pleasant to work with. And we still get there like, all right, look, we're a bit painful. We need this in his rack. This is the way we, for fuck's sake. All right. So to get rid of that, that'd be nice.
You know what's shit, though? You know what's really shit is I'm betting that you guys go to the trouble of providing your stage plots and your input lists and all that technical.
Massively.
the venues beforehand, and it doesn't. It like the sound guys get shitty that it wasn't passed on to them. It's like, well, it's not your fault. You provided them with the stuff where you were supposed to provide it. If it didn't get forwarded to the sound guy, they can't blame you.
It's when you almost got to circumnavigate the guy from circumnavigate the promoter and just go, can we have your sound guy's email so we can actually talk to him?
The amount of times I've had it where I've sent it to the sound company, the company that's doing the sound. They're like, send it here, send it on the day. No idea what you're talking about. Haven't seen it. Sorry.
I got one back though. A very quick story. I'll do it very quickly. But had a big band years ago, so we did a lot of headline shows around, and I've always sent stage plots. Always done that. Always been professional. Anyway, get to this show. It was in Canberra. I'll give you the town, but I won't give you anything else. And turn up, said, just making sure you got the stage plot and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, no, you didn't send it. So I grabbed my email up, said, look, here's I didn't give a fuck if there's an email. You didn't send it.
Was that a Queen band?
No, it was right in the city at Canberra.
Okay,
there was
cool.
a venue that's gone now.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say if it was, I was thinking it was a certain venue that's yeah. But anyway,
yeah. I reckon it could be a certain venue sound guy. But anyway,
look, probably y'all keep going. I'm gonna duck the press up. I'll keep these on so I can hear you.
Yeah.
All right. So he says, all right, you got one mic, and this was a 7-piece band, not this 8-piece band. It was, so a different band, 7-piece band. He said, you got one mic because you didn't send me your stage plot. I said, it just isn't going to work. Look, we can work with you. Anyway, he goes, one mic's it. That's all you get. So we had quite the crowd there. We had about 400 players at this venue, right? So the band were freaking out, and I said, all right, I've got an idea. Let's do the first song. Can't. There's only one mic. So just hear me out. Let's do this first song. So we did the first song. So as I say, we had 400 people, and most of them were there for us, which is good. We were headlining acts. So I addressed the crowd and said, all right, how did that sound? It sounded like shit, and I said, all right, so you see this guy behind you in this box?
Yes.
He's just given us one mic. So we are fine to work with the one mic. What do you guys want? So he had a swarm of about 90 people around his booth. He then proceeded to get 7 more mics out.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
Wow, good on you lot. I mean, that is a great way to fix a problem quickly.
Yep.
So
we had one
respect.
shitty sounding song, and then the rest sounded brilliant. But we had a 15-minute break.
That's the best way to do it. Create a mob.
Yeah.
Shit.
Create a mob.
That's right. It's the way we do it in the future, anyway.
Yeah, well, mob rules, man. Like, I ain't gonna argue with your fans.
That's right. All right, pass you on.
I fucking really hate tangled leads. I think that if I can get rid of anything, that is what I would get rid of, because that takes up way too much of my. Yeah,
that's what? That's a first. That was a good one. Tangled leads. I like that. They can fuck right off. They should just as soon as you unplug, and you should just be able to throw your lead, and it should just have memory in it.
Yeah.
Like those tents, the ones you get open and it's a tent.
Yeah.
100%. In reverse, but it's a guitar lead.
Well, the first MIRUTHAN lead, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, in the future, they've got them.
We just don't have them now. Primitive lot.
You guys back there, sorry to tell you, but
Primitive still rolling our leads.
Having to roll our own leads like fucking animals.
Yeah, exactly.
This is why aliens don't visit, man. It's because we're still wrapping leads.
We're all stood here going over, under, over, under, over, out loud because we can't fucking, get it in our heads.
All right, priestess.
Aside from gatekeeping, because I think, in all honesty, we should just be hugging it out, just loving it. But if I could abolish the phenomenal weight of half the gear we have to carry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be amazing. That would
Yeah.
be sick.
Little tip. If you're ever looking at venues up in Brisbane, don't book Tomcat.
Tomcat.
Tomcat. It's a great venue. But it's like 2 flights of stairs and very, very steep to get in. No elevator, nothing.
Oh, we've done that a couple of times. Yeah. So
Like,
Yeah, we just did a Sydney venue that was
dangerous
very, very
steep
similar.
stairs.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's Ramit Down's downfall too.
It is, yeah.
Like, look, shout out to the crew at Tomcat. I love Tomcat. I'm not trying to say anything shit about the venue. I'm just for lots of gear to go in and out.
Lugging and stairs. Yeah.
Or at least a pulley system.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll throw you on
What's the question? What would I get rid of?
in the music industry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to agree with you guys. Tangled leads and the weight of the gear.
Yeah. So we got one for each.
That's how you
All
know.
right,
A
what do we
band,
got?
that's how you know a band's busy touring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bit of a mix. I'm about like the weight of the stuff that we've got to carry, but also, and I haven't really seen it much, but just like general ego, it's just cool to get on with everyone, and actually everyone that we've been with has been really great. So
Yeah, we haven't run into too much, which is
everyone's
pretty
That's
good.
good.
I think when you're as creative as what you guys are, I think that people respect that. I think a lot of musos and other people have a great deal of respect for that. And it just, they're like, you're doing the shit that I think a lot of them wish they could do, wish they had the balls to do.
Yeah,
So I think, but I'm glad that you guys haven't encountered too much issues like that from people.
All right, Mirath.
I think I agree with like Witch Doctor. Yeah, like the weight of the gear. Yeah,
so much gear.
I know.
You know what's funny though? He's 14 years old and his dad carries most of his shit anyway. But he
It's a
loves
weight.
his dad. He doesn't want him to carry much more.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a weight of having my dad around.
Yeah.
I love my dad.
That's all. No,
pretty
seriously,
close,
that's awesome. That is so awesome. Like, and the fact that your old man's like my dad's the same. That's awesome. That's so good to see.
He's actually behind the camera folding his clothes at the moment. Which is uncanny that you're doing that right at this moment.
Hey, Dad.
And go.
I think mine sort of is a bit of sum up of everybody's point, but just venues that don't really work with or accommodate their performers. I won't mention any details, but we had a gig where we've obviously got a mountain of gear and 2 other bands were playing with us, and we asked at the end of the gig, can we get a side door open so we can load out smoothly and stuff? And no. So we were carrying everything, cabs, drums, through the main bar area, through the dance floor, like trying to just not bowl people over and stuff, but just trying to get out without causing a ruckus. But it was
it takes away from the show as well. That's what people don't like for the people that are on stage.
Yeah,
like it takes away from their performance when someone's walking through with gear and you have to watch out. Like, and that's no fault of yours. That's the fault of the venue.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow, there you go.
Far out. Look,
yeah. That's impressive. That's a
a
band's
busy.
mammoth section.
A band's busy when they don't have time to be upset about much other than the weight of their gear and stuff like that. You're busy. And that's so good. No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah,
you haven't encountered too much bullshit within the scene.
No.
Which is fantastic. Not a lot of bands come on here and get to say that.
Yeah,
all the bands we played with in particular have been all amazing.
Yeah,
all
super
really,
friendly.
really awesome. Yeah,
scared
we
of
haven't
you.
really had it
I'm
anywhere.
scared of you.
They're scared of
every
us.
band is helping to unpack and set up, and it's really cool.
Everyone's been
Full
really
bromance every set.
Yeah,
They don't know if murder's going to be real or not with us, so they're just they're hedging their bets one side.
Yeah, well, what is it? It's better to be in the left hand of the devil or right hand of the devil than be caught in his path.
Yeah.
So I hope you load. I hope you unload. That's cool.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So we
Don't sure have
mentioned
a lot of
before.
weapons and stuff.
Yeah. So we
There was
mentioned
a rule
before.
for this script: no sharps. No sharps.
No
yeah.
sharps. No sharps.
Yeah.
All right. So you obviously we mentioned earlier you guys are sort of in the middle of a tour at the moment. So at the time of this episode coming out, as we said, it'll be coming up to the shows on the Gold Coast and Brisbane. So that's the 30th of May and the 31st of May at Moe's Desert Clubhouse and the Back Room, respectively. 1st of June at Port Macquarie at Planet Skate. That is an all ages show. There you go.
It is.
At a skate rink.
So
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
it's this ain't disco, baby. This ain't disco.
I can't wait to see the people get knocked off their skates on the first court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then a little bit later into the year, obviously 29th of June in Melbourne at the Tote, and 30th of June at Sunbury at Little Lucy's Lounge. Other than those shows, what else have you got? Is there anything else coming up that you can clue us in on that people should maybe keep an eye out for?
Well, all right. So there's some I can't clue you in on,
of course,
but there's some big things in the works, which we're
big
super
things
proud
coming.
about.
Yeah.
But we have actually signed a non-disclosure.
Okay.
Wow.
So that gives you
there you go.
enough to work on there.
There you go. So go and follow MIRUTHAN socials, because whatever that is, if they've had to sign an NDA for it, it's going to be.
I'm sorry, that definitely deserves a watch this space.
Impressive. Yes.
An NDA definitely deserves a watch this space.
Yeah, we're blown away, but yeah, as I say, I won't get too far into it.
I'd almost redact the NDA and be like, watch your space.
Completely respect that. Completely respect that. So yeah, people should go out, follow you on all the socials. It's MIRUTHAN, MIRUTHAN, on all the socials there. Go and check out the shows if they're coming to an area near you. Check out that new EP, Cult of the Dead, that has just come out. Well, by the time of airing, it will have been a few weeks ago, but go and check it out all the same. And is there any sort of closing remarks, any parting words you would like to leave our audience with?
All right. So I think we have a little thing we've got going, just a Facebook group kind of thing called the Cult of MIRUTHAN.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to hide some stuff in there as it goes on. We're still low in numbers on that one, so go and join that. But come to a show and actually join the Cult of MIRUTHAN.
That
We
is
are.
awesome.
Join us.
Cool.
You won't be disappointed. I promise you. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much to everyone. Thank you to Zombie, Priest, Ritual, Priestess, Witch Doctor, Phantom, Wrath, and Ghost. You guys are amazing. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us from, the future in the wilderness, like that,
of Tasmania.
Van Diemen's Land. For a reason. Thank you very much to my co-host Kyle. Thank you to our viewers for watching. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for your time too.
And
thank you so much.
We will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Peace.
Thank you.